I said that be I no, and then so ya buy a bedin komo. Na mechia we bia obi a we did this in yame ahwe also said wa hwe enso so no. Another ye bedin komo afa pomden ho. If you say me share dwumadi ase na ne da dikan a ye din komo afa pomden ho. Mensah Brekra, within the Solomon Mensah, onim dada. Mr. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for us. And you know, yanko name could din komono. Madam Akwaba, eba talk to Solomon so.
Medasi.
Yes, Medasi say, Ponya Brahma me say nim komo. Na within the same hen now free what the hen.
Within the Dorcas Efe Mensah. Na meeting crying has say Pantan West. Yes.
Okay.
And Mayor Fantini.
Okay.
Me fi aguna swedru.
Okay.
But and cry higher na me go school. Just a mabaya cry girl.
Okay. Aguna they say patapa ukrom ni patapa.
Ampa o mi krom ni patapa even though me share no.
Ba o person we share no.
Oh, why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Wama agona dinner ko chire mo na
no pa.
Utie na nyom, utie patapa nyom.
Some of them ninjume be popular when you award, and I think that's the
one corner.
Yeah. And part to part skill or something. Yeah, that's
okay.
I don't know but I'm not like many ardent follower of patapa.
Okay.
But okay. Me penasim.
Okay. Na agona ho no eye o ma me no papa nya ne free ho na se ba ko ne free ho.
Pa chan
o me nya free agona. Agona shodu.
Pa chan.
Okay. Na se na Accra ha wo no nko na se oni ebusunya bi na o ha sen.
Oh, Accra de hana mi ye djuma like me busunya for ha but me so me nko na mete. Me so like me bo me bro. But me busunya for me now for like hana obi awo ntini.
Okay. Na djuma ben na oye no Accra ha.
Okay, me angasa no originally no me a journalist but sisi ano me a freelance in Accra. And now on afin so no me fashion and design in Accra.
Okay.
Nti no so me di ejuma na afin so me ton niema 1212B. But most of the time like niema adia me ni di etwe pa me dey most of the time me advocacy about mental health.
Okay.
Nti no ni adia most often no me spending much of my time am there.
Na mental health no den potin na wo ho den tina no ma dosu wi ase wanye bibia say mental health den na ema wo yesa advocacy no.
Oh, the thing is me who is say Ghana ha no mental health a care pa because for bebre so say oh unya ka mental health abodan for be our bodam but that's not what it is. Ghana over 31 million, right?
Yeah.
Yes. The population uche mu for mu bako. That's 1/4 of our population is mentally ill. Number 2, 1/4 of our population is mentally ill. Would they compare Sebe, Omaye from Musabo down for Munenam Krumna? How many people are in the streets? Mental health is not about Abodanfo.
Okay.
It's about you and me.
Okay.
Yes. Any of us could be mentally ill. I think say a issue I was say you can't wasem.
Okay.
Well, now you a lot about it. Said a be boy. Say who ana udofu bi who nipa bi wadanfu bi go through mental health challenges. I will be who's quite a fast one. Okay. Nti me no eno na ma me feel say me advocacy. Apart from that, so me ankasa no my facing mental health problem.
Okay.
Me I live with depression.
Okay.
Depression normally nkofo feel so depression era ho ne say nipa yere but depression are ho no enye depression now nim so and and then they're meninge. No, that's not what depression is.
Okay.
Yeah, real.
And because of be depressed. So the okay no. I thought that you na real ho. So I thought that was person be quite about nchen. Nyom kra otimi dundum. Me thought that me drew fear be have me say next day, the mean so TV be a man so me phone me that be, my dad be real ho. But there be a idea to but depression no it was so.
Depression at was so we real what was be 2 weeks without breakup. And the whole depression, yeah, real I friend depression and yet I think I'm depressed. No, and yeah, no be me kind of real depression.
Okay.
So real what was 2 weeks non-stop. And there could be so yeah.
I see. And what 2 weeks continuous depression over for movie and
me there I've lived with it for years, like I would even say decades.
Wow.
Over 20 years.
Really?
Yeah. It's like that depression never. You can a bit to me hours or a month or even a year or even more. Then you overcome.
Okay.
Then it comes back. Like a conditioner, I live with. Most often you be say my so only me a closer. Who say Martin one just so and the depression no yaba.
Okay.
Obi wa like what's in the only and now for any bon come like with me fisati bian. But me no to me ban is for months and end. I mean to me in free mo.
Wow.
Till say no be resolving.
Wow.
Depression was a very serious matter.
Also, when depression now also be 20 years ni. Na brebe important na who say also 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ni na we say and then idea also.
Okay, me the first time I diagnosed him with depression, it was like 10 years ago. That was in 2010.
Wow.
Bra me into our school.
Secondary school.
No, David. University
school pon.
School pon. Me call journalism school. Nti na me sha CSM ye adwuma no.
School journalism school na ko ya.
Journalism school ben biem na
wo. Oh, say you AUCC, you
okay, and then me call original one.
Oh, sir. Mom ko AUCC na te omum fan.
They will bear with me. Omum say no kre. Nti no me we GI na me start adwuma as a journalist. My boss who said the na insonsunu bi wo me character mu.
Okay.
Well, na on shut down nti mane to me for say me nko psychologist.
Okay.
Nti na ma me ko hu bia.
I'm catch you say.
Nipa me ko hu no ye Dr. Eugene Dodoi. He's a very renowned psychiatrist. Nti ono na me ko hu no examine me na back then no or diagnosing me with depression.
Okay.
But see I'm told to say me cry no say any depression no pempo na hamis.
Okay.
Bibi the bipolar.
Okay.
Bipolar no I buy just say two poles. Nti no ye depressed na ufri mu a no aba mania na hypomania. Mania no when you see a shit.
Okay.
When you uye bibi abruso when you bruso unya energy more we are niema we are creative bibia we are bro so ahwe ko betumi ekun utumi take risk.
Wow.
Anyhow you can feel like on top of the world
na sabe no onum adrobia onum
edro but
no,
it's a condition
me enya no na America adro se bia we also bi no one for we amutimi eye da high no
you don't bipolar unhiari. Now bipolar na be ma why high than unu.
Wow.
So you don't need we to make you high.
I see.
The condition itself makes you high.
Wow.
And then when you are from the high you come low.
Wow.
The low is the depression.
Okay.
Into no me all these years now I thought say I'm only suffering depression. Now because me suffer depression na me to me every depressed mood ni mu ever like elevated mood.
Wow.
Me to me yeah niema like
a bronte as so.
Yeah.
But oh yeah, say
me and I feel good about it.
Okay.
But especially say me bibi na wrong. I feel me ni ba me ho so say wrong na guilt ne we na me feeling and me be depressed. So it's like a cycle. You become depressed and then you come back to an elated mood, and then you go back to depressed. So it's like that.
Let's say we call that high, no, that's a 2 in this American cancer. Who say be why we okay.
Of course. I then a honkai.
Okay.
So we be oh yeah bonny a honkai. Oh yeah papa and so honkai.
Okay.
And you remember everything. But if there no something like wrong, outrageous, and not ordinarily no one year and it be a state wanting a when you are out of that state, you tend to regret it, say my say because and yet son out here.
Okay.
When I say bibi na why yes sir, when you realize it, I'm out feeling bad about it.
And I said, depressed state.
Okay. But I'm not saying that that's the only.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of things between why you depressed.
Okay.
Sometimes near man go for can't keke. I send you there can be a nipano crown mini harm, but because it just rubbed off wrongly with you, can just like make
get you depressed.
Okay. That's also about
it. Me busa question me obetumi answer na say so be answer obe me yet matter aso. Okay. That wa ko ha ade bi a wo ye betumi ka bi atere.
Yeah, there was one time when I was in that many states, I stole money and I started just buying things.
From who first who you started doing?
Oh, my papa.
Okay. I see.
And I started buying things and dashing it to people, like people who are in need.
Wow.
Like those times, I had just been Mekoda Kolebuka Kranti, ye me about but I think every week be a meko. Yeah, and like once a Kolebu so sometimes you see a lot of people, they are sick, lined up, will be a teaching in line. And sometimes, as soon as I see that now my start is soon, so like me about hospital now, I say it's my duty to bring money or gift or something. And so if I don't have it, where will I get? I have to get from someone who has it. So I just go and take like that. Okay. But like normally, I wouldn't steal. Well, I'm sure if I weren't in that state and can me we ask I say me dey go to I think he pretended he didn't see.
Okay. On condition.
Oh, he does.
Okay. What you say?
To some extent, I think so.
Okay. Now when them say a word from him out, or him say saying I
think Obianim.
Okay.
Like those who matter. I think they know.
Okay. Now, and also Accra on Kwan out. As on Kwan out here, Unslow said, yeah, bit me condition, with my depressed,
like I'm close to friends, family. I mean, me fear me team crying, like I'm with a family. Even though I would say but then we are all in my room, but in the house, I mean, it's not like but me I like my space, like maybe mostly it's because of sad condition, because me more of depressed
than the
state
hyper.
I'm more depressed than elevated mood.
Okay.
Most often, I like my space. Even if I'm in a good mood, I'm on the computer, me machine me draw, I don't really like now for even though me one now for, but mostly you're born come on phone, WhatsApp, but it's not. I like my space.
Okay.
I like my space.
Okay.
And I think it's because of Yaren Muntin and Mametisa.
Na say you like your space. In fact, me no netifi. Na me say ebia watch a dem match. My dream bam say ebia na she's depressed now. And to remember about a band say obi nipa no.
Oh, maybe why not? Maybe over by a bon common, a best race, so you been ready and you di.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
Like Bibia, me say me now for bizarre me say like so me can't be who say Dorcas with depression. No bizarre me say like depression then because me who depression.
Yeah.
I just say be a only mete answer you know that
okay.
and now only me a close plans I'll be who say maybe was our miss so only me I juma
that first day I'll catch up say
only me I juma that you never knew say something but all those times now only me say obekaya na me near dem pa sa eni den ne ade ni according to the doctors no
but
sa elevated moods no na all kinds so like me bufu. Like some things that you really can't. It's
sure before
bipolar na either in those ways. I mean, no na me. But now that I'm aware, no me I can see so okay. I'm getting into this. If I feel it's distractive, I mean, from a doctor.
Okay.
And I'm in country and it's doc, and then me sorry, say you like. Can anything be done about it?
Okay.
So then you're distracted, so I just
okay. So who say walk higher?
Yes, me who say like me mood no elevated na me near because me sometimes say me bufu obi bibi na me bufu it na me in that state I mean it will be say even social media na like make a camera dream. That's one thing.
Okay.
And now me share me to me abo asum.
Okay.
But normally yes and I like yes say me nipa bia. There be.
Yeah.
I like to argue and but yes say me obi a me hu obi na ma born asum say no but if I'm in that state now can be na enye me da I'll just put you where you belong.
Okay.
And if you are close to me I might make to me at to me sabo. But yes, okay. What I say, but first I didn't know say this like there's something wrong with being that kind of person. I didn't know say but like explaining me so okay and I've read a lot my kind about being bipolar. I've watched a lot of videos about people who are bipolar and their life, what they go through every day. Maybe similarities be brave.
Okay.
Like, okay, I'm beginning to accept, okay, then this is my condition. So now what can I do about it?
Okay.
So now it's like, what can I do about what I have?
Okay. If you would come to the advocacy proper.
Okay.
But I want to know, sir, the depression, bipolar, no. I would draw say, oh no, my dream na extra, and I say need treatment.
I will draw, but the thing is, depression as in major depressive disorder, or like we have different types of depression, clinical depression or different types. We have the major depressive disorder. We have dysthymia. There are other types of depression. It be a very like critical. It be low it will be resolving on their own. Okay. So be or what depending on the type of depression you have with time maybe to me maybe so or what you have to live with it all your life. And for bipolar for now what I know is that you have to take your medicine probably for the rest of your life.
Wow.
So according to say other diseases like heart disease, liver disease,
hypertension,
cancer, same now there probably have to be taking medicine until no sanity.
Okay. Okay. You know, I don't know. There be
Yeah.
It's
not like a draw, so it depends on who your peculiar needs. Like according to the doctor, I know people who have bipolar who are taking like more than 5 different medications. Some are taking 2, some are taking like a lot. Depend, and sometimes I think nipa nankasa no apart from mental health condition other conditions so I be so can a man go for fan do so dear and then but I've seen like people who take a lot of medications.
Okay.
So mostly it's more than one medication.
Okay. Do more than one?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I thought that it's me phone say one a drum and phone.
Sometimes I go back so I just stopped taking medication and I relapsed.
Okay.
Yeah, and it gives other side effects. If you wait to me, I'm a what does wait me under better 12 hours during the day.
Wow.
Where that's sorry class still now we need come.
Wow.
So like you can't even work.
Wow.
Oh, you are so sleepy. Yeah, and one thing about depression too, it's say to me upon a man like you become non-functional. And a man will lose interest in a lot of things at first, now you don't even like doing like being a journalist, you don't want to do your journalism job again.
Okay.
You stop writing.
Okay.
Maybe me, apart from journalism, I like fashion. I went to Joseph Abiu, I did a lot of training.
Okay.
I can sew very well, but for a long time I've lost interest in sewing.
Okay.
Me pama there in a long time. I tell you I'm but I don't even remember the last time I wore it.
Okay.
Even to wear dresses is like it's a huge task for me. Well, that's one thing that depression does to you.
Okay.
Like it makes you lose yourself.
Okay.
It makes you lose yourself. So a lot of people think, depression, you are lazy, but it's not. It's like a battle in your mind.
Okay.
In your
and to say no, for someone my drone or so that I'm when you come with that bed 12 hours. That's a 7 post or penny so year Juma. My bed now boss at tears say, oh, condition went in more time for that. Work about Juma for that. Would you say a problem, say be one more condition?
Yeah, it's a very big problem. Because boss Ben or no. Obema like time say koda like so far it's only one person I'm in a juma. Sometimes juma and I'm just so sleepy and I'm like many and should be like koda why.
Okay.
You know
I
don't know if she would like me to so I'd rather.
Okay.
Well, it's not that and I just would be all to us here and someone who really appreciates their own fame. And one thing about bipolar and also say when I'm in my elevated moods, I realize I have a lot, like I become so energetic, I have a lot of good ideas, like everything about me becomes extraordinary. Senka mini obi ejumana se nipano knows what I'm going through and the best thing would be nipano should know how to manage me. When I'm in that high moods now. He knows that I will bring out the best. Maybe things that even others on the team cannot do at around that time. How to me manage me
yes, at that particular time.
So that it's now I can't do as much as we now.
Okay, now I compensate.
It will compensate. But now boss no. Until when you are in that state now, you can't story in
yeah.
If you are in that state and you can't force it, it's a story no trying yet.
Yeah. Not just more conditional. There's a way. Say be artist who draw na saying but my idea cry nipa like and another circumstance who are
extraordinary. We can say wow. That's when you are manic or hypomanic.
Okay.
But when you become depressed now when a human in above from the article, the writers say when you're in your manic state, like who try, especially not that like the he said writing, but oh yeah, like feature writing and like
novel,
yeah. Like who say a cool year. Oh, but who feels that state ni mo afi ona writer's block na ba afi o drink crazy so so if nipa no manage you no so no ni mo condition no appreciate you as a person now who say oh there are times that nipa way her work is so extraordinary, but there are times so like it's just not working. So then it means that the way I'm managing nipa way should be different from the way I'm managing the other colleagues. So once names are not yourselves and then you guys can work and you be a valuable member of the team. But say you are lazy. So it's only when you are down there. Now when you are up no who say like oh yeah extraordinary things. No, always he's expecting extraordinary there. Oh nyanisa. Okay. Intinusa no one sure you would have to lose your job. Maybe go home and go and be sleeping.
Yeah. Now do this again for in general yet say condition as it.
Oh, not at all.
We be nanti as it.
We be na fan of spiritualism. Either say a friend is saying boni bi na wo so a na ndे wone wonyankopon tem na enye correct enti na o yare sa yare. That's how Ghanaians see this. It's rather unfortunate and it's the ignorance. Even people you think should know better, like even doctors stigmatize
some doctors.
I'm not talking about mental health doctors, I'm talking about doctors, general doctors and nurses stigmatize people who have mental health conditions. Even their own colleagues, when they find out they have mental health problems, they stigmatize them. So you'll be thinking that a doctor should know better. That's what people think. Oh, a doctor and here, so you should know, but they don't know. Majority of them they don't know.
And as somehow can find say who jumamuna what condition now boss where you know now so what about juma and condition or be alcohol hyper now what you're saying to say ojiwa home okoda na saying boss no to mean can't juma obi say condition now because of that stigmatization now can after na the on as a favoritism or the boss no pay how do we go about this?
It's no or yeah, he's the one managing the team, so he should know how to go about it.
But in general, so what did you say? All the bosses, all the employers, to me, or somebody started a blueprint a bit to say. I don't know.
I just think like it's our time say you realize say mental illness is just around us. At the workplace, phobia, one of them is mentally ill. That's just in the world, that's how it is. In Ghana here, phobia, and officer, one of them. Into the number of people now more edume. Can nipa for no sana yi one no sa na we are can boom na how many people? That's a huge number out of the population that is working for you. So don't you think that you should have a strategy in place that caters for all these people? Because they are part of the team. All this while they've been contributing to the success of the team. Besides, if one of your workers has cancer and a heart problem, won't you make certain arrangements, adjustments that will accommodate situation and they make her note? But it's like because mental illness cannot be seen into people don't appreciate it, but it ravages you the same way cancer ravages you. Cancer, like if you are not able to get treated for it, you die. If it's terminal, you die. Mental health, the person becomes suicidal. That's when it's gone bad. You kill yourself, and majority of the people who become depressed, they end up killing themselves. You understand?
Yeah.
It's
suicidal thoughts about.
Of course, it would. Yes, it would. Many times. Many times. To the extent that there were times that I was even afraid of myself, because I just can't get rid of those thoughts. It's so intrusive, like you can't control it.
Okay. Now I'm so
I'm even afraid of myself. I'm afraid of what I could do to myself.
Okay.
So, do you think if I really wanted to die, I would be afraid of what I would do? No. Majority of the people who want to kill themselves, they don't really want to kill themselves. They are really leading to that part, and what they need is help. I may say in Ghana, when like suicide is a crime, and then like the complication of the area crime. Say obi kuni hona one succeed there, like uchini kotuma what? You're only telling him the next time no say oh yeah, you should finish it because one finish it, I'll bet you know. But
say obu na only condition be as well be an area na once be now fa homa me my brother we say you know
ebia say once be baby another say history
no crabum so
because it's not possible say once in the year na me rare who na me sorry say
I just in the social media so who beat me question Instagram who can be on that to us guy you permanent the shares you record them the real who accord them accord their home
so before he saw the picture no he had been nursing things in his mind that you don't know about.
And you know who should say suicide or attempted suicide no you can say you no say criminal.
It's not, it shouldn't be a crime. It's not a crime. Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
And then I may now say I should be punished for being sick. Like it doesn't make sense to me. Mayari. I don't want to die. But I can't tell tomorrow. So if I wake up tomorrow and I want to die,
Come to Japan. Issue of suicide is a big deal in Japan.
What's the reason?
Depression, they can't do
no, so they have anxiety disorders because I know that those areas normal, like architecture and it's been the way almost see dying there. Like dying most of like foreign students those areas. Those who have anxiety, complaining because they have that kind of small rooms in these small spaces. No, anxiety when you enter such spaces, you start to get anxiety attacks. And anxiety disorder is also one form of mental health problem. Well, it's not like there's something that is triggering that whole, and that is a conversation that, like as a nation, we all need to have. So when we train them, it's because, like parents don't talk about mental health with their children.
Depression, no harm in young crash to me.
Of course, crash to me.
Okay.
Depression, one guy's a real.
Yeah.
But it's
I cried there, then I'm over the mammy, papa. You know, the danger out there, and Colana, young tries on Mukumona, I have some said, no. I think that is an interesting area to look at. My boyfriend, Baku Kununa, young girl, from what they found on, the boyfriend are breaking the heart. But I'm sure if this is a talk she had with the parents and now grown up Bianca and Kobanisa. But here everything is just we are Koraboni. Now, can you even tell your mother I think I'm depressed? Hey, don't say that. Boy, you know those things. You know, if you feel you are depressed, how can you tell somebody? You keep it so you feel like you should end it because people can cry. The record shows say men cancer can papa say one or serious on the also person or you depressed. Me all that I've gone through and I'm telling you I'm depressed. It's not just say me men can papa mama. Yes, your friend now can.
Who wants to go through something like that? You know me, you've worked with me, you know how I am. So you think I'm happy that sometimes in my life I don't feel like doing anything. Say me damn pay more keke. Who to me damn pay more the whole day. Who me a phone crana. Who na me na ya o ya to say the was swa cement me mortar the whole day. Meanwhile, you are just pressing your phone.
Okay.
But you feel it in your body as if say why you jumadin. That is illness.
Wow.
That is illness, and people are suffering. People like you and I, people will not think there's nothing wrong with us. They are suffering, and do you know why we are suffering? Because you can't tell anybody. One of occasion is say, "Nayen through," and I can say you are possessed, and I said, so people are suffering. People in the workplaces. People in the workplaces, they are all there suffering, but in silence.
But maybe about say what me about one thing now can asema we are seeing now. So I think say a bold decision. Now say the world to come about stigma no. You be the one for the almost about net also no. Unsrosa and now
honestly I don't care because I think if you have lived my life before and succeeded at it, then you have the right to point your finger. But I won't live in my life before. Maybe I want to you know. I don't think you should even have the audacity to even judge me in the first place now. What about you on so? Until me, whatever anybody thinks of me, honestly I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care. They say when people beat cancer, we call them heroes. Me, I'm a hero.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a hero because me share baby and me free. I'm a bit drew and that me no say I cancer. I'm a hero. Yeah. And you know me. Wow, tell us how me so no. I rather feel pity for you because you ebia say nya wo kra ye odofu bi. Who ni pebia you care about. And I all called them if but because of who stigma anything. But I had to say with time you get and I started and it wasn't as serious as it is today. I started and it was depression and it wasn't like major depression. You know, with time I was able to overcome so for a while, like over 4 years. Until that incident happened. And when it happened, it triggered this whole event again. So that was actually my first time I was admitted into a psych ward.
After the guy in a bone,
after like or mama said like material me pushing me to fem no matter no so kata like so like I was just let's say half naked. Yeah, that was it. And it was shocking because that's not something you expect anybody to do. And they were just girls and everybody was shocked. Everybody was like and they just rushed out, you know, shouting, calling people like to come because 2 girls myself. And like it's not something you ever expect anybody to do. So it was like that. Wow. You know, true it's known now I bet trigger this whole condition again, even though I'd been off medication for a long time and I thought I was out of the woods.
Okay.
So that's when it all started again. Like that was in 2017.
Okay.
So since then they have been on medication till now. You know, it was through those moments now things became like now when I started like experiencing the depression, it was like a higher level. Like it wasn't the depression I had known. So and I couldn't do anything. I was mostly always in bed and I was just looking for people who are just like me. Okay. I just want to know
from where Facebook, YouTube.
I don't even know where to. I was just searching everywhere. I don't know where to go and find people like that.
You were searching for people just like you.
People just like me, and I can't find them. But
wow.
Like you can go to Mind UK. Like the organizations where you could have access to such services were all foreign.
Okay.
So I was like, but there are plenty of people like me. So why can't I just like find people like me so that we all like come together and so that's how Others Like Me just came about.
So the others
like me. Others Like Me GH.
Okay, and your own initiative.
Yes.
Okay.
Out of me looking for people who are just like me, just to talk to and not feel so isolated. Say I'm in this condition. That's how. So I wrote a story about my depression on my Joe online.
Okay.
So when it got published, then people started like writing to me, contacting me. Hey, I'm also in this situation. No, I've also been looking for. Okay, then so like that. Me too. I want to share my story. Then I'll write the person's story and share. Then someone will contact. Then after a while, we became like almost 10 people. And I'm like, okay, then let's form a group. So we formed a WhatsApp group, and now we are like 50 something.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's actually a support group. A money member like from different walks of life.
Wow.
We also have psychiatrists, psychologists
Joining the group too.
Joining the group, yeah. So like tonight, like this, we have a series called Ask the Doc. So
Tonight.
that we have, yes, we have.
What's a net there?
And there I can say 8:30 on the WhatsApp.
So memenda.
Yes, every Saturday we have that. Until
Okay.
that one, no, the doctor comes, we ask the doctor any question that is bothering our mind.
Okay. That's a great initiative.
Yes, on Fridays, and I say we do something called book review. So we have books that we read that we use it to help ourselves, like we relate the things in them to our conditions and how the things in them can help us better our lives.
Okay.
So that's what we do. And then we have on either Monday or Tuesday, when we get someone to share their story, we put them on as a speaker. They come and share their stories. We ask them questions. No, people who are part of the group. Yeah. So they share their stories, and if they allow us, we share those stories on our Facebook page. But of course, to reduce the stigma, we change the person's name and anything that will let people be able to identify them. And we also publish them in the media and the local media. So that's how the Others Like Me support group operates. But then we don't just want to be a support group. Like, we want to do a lot of education. We want Ghanaians to learn and know a lot about mental health. And know that mental health is not about mad people walking on the street. Mental health is about you and I. If it's not you today, tomorrow it could be you. So don't look down on people because they have mental health conditions. Join in the conversations, learn as much as you can about mental health, and see how you can help others when you see that they are going through problems like that. So that's it about Others Like Me.
Okay. And you know, what share in person?
We do, but that's like not often. Not often. Like actually, the last time we did that was like, that was like in 2019. Was it 2019? 2018.
Okay, now we share in person.
Now we share in person. This year we wanted to na corona buy.
Okay.
Now that things are easing up, I'm sure we would
meet in person.
We would meet in person.
Okay. So Facebook page will be here or say
Facebook, we are Others Like Me GH.
Others Like Me GH.
Others Like Me GH.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Instagram, Others Like Me. Others Like
on
Me.
GH in Kahon.
Others Like Me.
Others Like Me GH.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram.
Okay.
So we are on Facebook and then on Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. And this will be a condition that's a person group in home by then.
They just have to contact me on 050-470-1239.
Okay. So the number is about 2 screens. Come on. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Well, last words. Emma, more help.
Well, me, the American say, especially to parents in Ghana, me the American one is say, yes, until my last words Americano, it goes for parents in Ghana. The American one say, Munsia a lot about mental health. Now, because there's a lot of pressure on the lives of the youth today. And more munya conditions be parents you don't know about. Obetia na we ekune ho. Obetia we si me koye me hu se. Obetia wo ba bi ye bibi wonti ase ofu so ya kwarabone. E bia na problem bi bordering around mental health na hano. Ntino I think say it's about time our parents mu be sua a lot about mental health. Na mamu nya mo adwen say spiritualism. Mental health has nothing to do with spirituality. And yet, abosomfo yare na say abefo yare. Yare to say malaria ne hypertension ne they say the unya obeko hospital ma doctor aboa. Sa asuna oba ana odofu bi nya me fa ne nko prayer camp ana or konfu bi ho say on hwe no fa ne ko hospital. Hospitals ni na omo mental health units, omo psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health nurses. That's what I want to tell everybody. And to the Ghanaian youth, please, if you are going through any difficulty and you need someone to talk to, please search for a psychologist and talk to them. if your situation is said that you need a psychiatrist attention, psychologists no be refer to a psychiatrist. But when we go prayer camps now, the prayer camps now, yeah, no na ebe you mental health condition you feel there be. Let's get involved and do a lot about mental health to save ourselves and our nation. Thank you.
And then Monsieur Adebebre depression, I'm at depression, but now my dream said down course ye, me so that nimu ye, and so no Monsieur Adebebre. Na Nina say, so who so do baby Musa, Tibia Musa, a man fire and son Trenton, so we did say what Dorcas a seminal and an inseminal. Yam warm, so said you can a bit more to me, a bit more to be a Antino. Yan say, young fire and son Trenton, South Four or more to be Amsano. Na Mwabia, you want no young farm warm. But I see be so heard my day.